Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, as promised, the build guide of the Blade Vortex Pop Occultist on steroids, talking about my 5-way carry that is a self-cursed temp chains headhunter build. So usually I like to use headhunter on various builds, but as an addition never focused on it. But this build is entirely centered around the headhunter, so this build is expensive, okay? I always stick to way too much currency in my builds anyways. This is probably like 500 exalts or something, right? But don't worry, you can make this cheaper than 500x, okay? I'm probably 200, 250, something like that. But yeah, so this is headhunter build. This is required, okay? Headhunter is in this build is a mandatory unique, and I'm explaining that precisely because people are always like, can you play this without headhunter? No, this time this is a headhunter build, and we also run 3 inspired learnings, and this is basically the counterpart to herald stacking, right? We are stacking headhunter buffs in this build. So this is usually my 5-way carry, and I've already done like 23, 24 or something. If you followed the first part of the video with the 5 ways, we already got like 2.5, almost close to 3 quad tips full of loot already. And I just hit level 99 on this character, so we still have like a bunch of to run, and we're probably gonna level up to level 100 within the project. So why did I wait until level 99? Obviously because we're gonna run the most retarded map that I've ever played in this entire game, probably. So what we're gonna do today, and I hope this works out, disclaimer here, this build is not tanky, okay? We have 4k life, I mean we do have 364 energy shield, right, to pop it off a little bit, but in the end, 4k life, I'm happy that I'm actually res capped, right, so this is actually the best defenses that I can get. There is no block, there is no shenanigans. All we need to do is kill rare monsters, steal the buffs with Headhunter, self-curse temp chains so the Headhunter buffs last longer, and then we're probably gonna grow bigger than the map, so we become the map at some point, hopefully, okay? So what can happen in this map here? What we're gonna run now. So I've spent probably, I would assume, 5 exalts for this map. We spammed hundreds of sextants trying to get some good modifiers. We spent like, wait, I just spent 100 divines divining the map, divining the breachstones. This is alone, I think, is like 10 exalts. Okay, today we're gonna run a map for 15 exalts probably. So we're gonna run a penis map here, the canyon map, with full delirium. We have 5 times currency, 69% quantity with Nemesis mod, and beyond, okay? So this one comes over here at some part, right? So this one here is Canyon map. So what we're gonna enter here is the Terror Watchstone with Legion encounters divined perfectly for less monster damage, obviously. Then we're gonna get +1 level of area with the Stalwart defenses with Nemesis drops 3 currency items. Then we have Misinformation, +1 level of area with Beyond modifier over here. And then last but not least, the booming Populus, dude, with some monster pack size, right? And we also had a sextant with like a magic pack size just for some density, right? So this is now a tier 19 map. So we have a tier 16 map with 3 watchstones over here. 3 of those will give me +1 level. So this map here will be a tier 19 map. We have Nemesis and Beyond, both on the same map. I also divined that map. I mean, that was the first time I divined a map, okay? Then we're gonna run Legion Scarab, an Ambush Scarab, a Breach Scarab, and an Elder Scarab, right? And I have absolutely no idea how this map is going to turn out, because this is going to be today's map showcase. The only problem that I have is, and you have to understand that this build is completely garbage. This build lives off Headhunter buffs. So the worst thing that can happen, this is exactly why I just leveled up, so if I die now, I don't really care about those 2% on level 99. I mean, obviously it hurts, but it would be worse if I die on like more percent, right? So we have to run in there with a totally squishy build, trying to sneak off some Headhunter buffs to then just, yeah, kill off the whole map with like 1 Blade Vortex, okay? This is what we're gonna try. We have Beyond on the map, we have Beyond on the sextant, and we now run Beyond over here as well. So this one will be, should we do anything over here as well? Probably not. So this is now a triple Beyond map on Awakening level 8, tier 19 Canyon map. And I hope this works out. I mean, good lord, hopefully. So, good. We activate some Blade Vortex, and we just hope that we just kill anything off here, right? To get some of the buffs, and this probably didn't work out, okay? See, that's the reason why we leveled up before. Okay, bad build showcase. Doesn't matter. If I get rolling once, we good. But we already damaged some of the monsters, right? Huh? Yeah? 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 There we go. Now we can get big and laggy and... Okay, this is the map showcase. Okay, have fun with that one, boys. We're just gonna click on everything. Here is a Legion Stone. Okay, perfect. So we're just gonna pop everything here. Alright, there we go. See? Oh yeah, so we're tanking now. We have 47,000 energy shield, right? So there's another breach here. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. So, I see nothing. Absolutely nothing. I just hope that I don't get disconnected. I'm just teleporting around here. We can see maybe we get our 2% experience back, okay? So wait, let me check here. Wait, dude! I cannot see anything. Okay, we run over here. Oh, there is a boss. Oh, the boss is now dead. That's perfect. Okay, let's run over here. Yeah, nice. We probably do... Wait a sec. Wait, there is another Legion encounter. Click on it. Click! Dude, I think I hit it, dude. Okay, so Legion is dead. Alright, Legion is dead. We have 170 buffs now. We are running 200,000 energy shield just to be the tanky part of this build, right? So, okay, there you go. See, boss damage incoming. Boss is dead. See, this is actually a really good build. So, wait. Holy shit, dude. How am I supposed to click on... Wait, okay, we got this. Step by step here, right? There is another breach. There's another breach. Should we do the lab trial? Probably not. Okay, nice. Click on this one. We have like 10 rows of loot already. Wait, there is a strong box. Click that one. Alright, that's clear. I think I've seen some more strong boxes somewhere. Wait. There is a strong box. I try, dude. I really try here. Okay, strong box is clear. Alright, let's go over here. Is there anything more spawning? Probably not. Okay, we run on this build currently close to 2,000% movement speed. We have 500 all res, which is pretty tanky as well, right? So, good. Is there anything else we can do? It's hard to see. I just opened another breach. Yeah, a pretty good build, dude. Pretty good build. Bad map showcase. No, just kidding, dude. So, is there any loot that is good, that is worth picking up? Wait, there is another strongbox. Alright, dude. This is tier 19 map, see? Easy. Game is actually so easy. So, and there is a headhunter. Hey, there is not even an Exile drop. What the fuck? It was a bad map, dude. Or should I hit the Alt key? Do I get disconnected? Yeah, that's actually a pretty neat showcase here. Never, if you run those maps, just never show the loot, dude. This, alright, this is a nice map, dude. You lost your map, dude? I don't care. It's just a map, you know. Okay, I think the map is completely gone, right? Or can we enter again? Hey, we can enter. Okay, that's just to show Twitch chat that the map is not gone. Okay, there is probably 7 mirrors and 76 exalted orbs in the map somewhere. And we almost got back my 2% that I missed in the start. Okay, that's the build. Let's talk about the build. How does this work? How does everything come together? So, as I said, this is a Headhunter build. So, you steal Headhunter buffs, you expire, or at least you make them last longer through the Shackles of the Wretched. And please, guys, what is this? Simulacrum Splinter? God, please no. So, they nerfed that, okay? They nerfed that. The Self-Curse Temp Chains with the combination of the Solstice Vigil is not as strong as it used to be. They nerfed that. You need a lot more curse effectiveness to actually get to your cap. What is the cap? Making your buffs last 4 times longer. This also includes the flasks and so on. So, I don't know if I hit the cap. And I'm pretty sure I'm not. But on the other hand, I don't really care. This build does exactly what I designed it to do, and this is the 5-way carry, and I usually have around 50 buffs. So in Hideout, I currently have... where is it? I think it was somewhere over here where you could see your curse effectiveness, 65%. This is without the Solstice Vigil buff and so on. So I would assume that my Headhunter buffs last somewhere between maybe 50, 60 seconds or something, which is fair enough. Okay, so quickly, if you want to see how this build looks like in Blood Aqueducts, I mean, probably you just saw how the build looks like. But just to explain the mechanics here, basically, I'm running Blade Vortex. If I touch something and it basically dies, then the monster explodes through the Explode Chest. The Explode Chest is a hit. So the hit will then curse the enemy with the curse enemy's level 5 flammability on hit. And since we're an occultist, we have Profane Bloom, which also says cursed enemies you or a minion's kill have a 25% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. So we have the Explode Chest. We are cursing enemies and can explode them with a Profane Bloom. If that kills something, the Explode Chest goes off, and everything that I kill will be attached with the Explode Chest and also the Herald of Ash. The Herald of Ash, with the amount of power charges that I do have a lot of power charge stacking over here for the maximum area of effect over here at the enigmatic reach and so on. So the Herald of Ash, never mind, is getting ridiculously big, as you see. And usually you touch one monster, it dies, and this pops off the chain reaction. So, if I kill something that is shocked, and since we're having all kinds of damage here, the Herald of Thunder goes off. And in my Shackles of the Wretched, sadly this does not work on the implicit. So the Enfeeble on hit does only work when I hit something, okay? This only counts for gems and skills that are socketed into here. So what I have here is the Herald of Thunder with a Curse on hit and Temporal Chain. So as soon as I kill something, the Herald of Thunder goes off. And when the Herald of Thunder goes off, probably somewhere I need to hit something here, right? So, Herald of Thunder just killed something. I'm cursing myself with Temp Chains. And now you see that all the numbers here on the top side are getting blue. And as you see, these are not real seconds. So we have 13, 12, 11. So it starts to become slower here. Temp Chains were off. And now we also have the buff from the Solstice Vigil. That's the blue, the black area. This is this one over here, the Shaper's Presence, which will also make my buffs last longer. So as you see, 20, 19... 18, so I would say like probably 2 to 3 seconds, so we're not even capped. But the other hand is, why do I need to be capped on this part, right? Good, let's finish this super nice Blood Aqueducts run. So this is a build that you can definitely use farming Blood Aqueducts for a Humility card. I would probably not recommend this as a League starter, okay? Just to be fair, this is not a League starter, right? And it's not cheap either, as I explained in the start. Good, any other mechanics that we have in here? As I said, maximum power charge stacking, maximum AoE, self-cursing temp chains, and we counter this one with Chaos Root. So as you know, if you're temp chains, if you're self-cursing temp chains or you have temp chains, you're getting ridiculously slow. That's why we use the Chaos Root to counter that, because we have the Unwavering Stance and the action speed cannot be modified below base speed. So I'm getting slowed, but I'm not really getting slowed a lot over here, right? This is just to counter the self-cursed temp chains. Good, then I would say we start from top to bottom, explaining the gear, explaining the gems that I'm running here. On the helmet, with the helmet enchant, increase temporal chains, curse effectiveness, just so my temp chains that I reflect to myself and on the enemy, but that is the secondary part, is getting increased effect, basically. Here, just like merged together, like Warlords, what was it? I think Fizz damage to spells and Hunter maximum power charge. No, wait, it was Warlord power charge and then probably Hunter with Fizz damage, something like that. I usually go with a double prefix and then slam a suffix like I did over here, just so I can clean it off once more. So that means for the crafting base here, I always check that I have 2 prefixes or 2 suffixes, so I just bestiary craft, make an imprint, throw it together, merge it with the Awakener's Orb. If it works, if I have 2 open prefix and 2, or at least 1 open prefix, 1 open suffix, I just craft. Prefixes cannot be changed, scour off, then craft the prefix and then slam like once or twice, no matter, like, based on your currency, or usually just once, then clean it off again, and then basically multi-mod it if you just hit something pretty decent here. Then I have here Hatred, Face Run, Purity of Elements, and Enlighten. So Purity of Elements does work because I have double rings with the Herald of Ash mana reservation. So although I'm running a 6-linked Herald of Ash in my chest, my Herald of Ash doesn't cost any mana, okay? Usually if you wouldn't have that, it's probably about, I think, 88% mana reserve, but I have so much mana reservation here, 96%, so this one gets for free. Good, then for the staff, here I mix together 1 max power charge and 70% increased damage per power charge. These are 2 separate modifiers. One is the Shaper, one is the Crusader. And then I just try to slam it. And I accidentally, I actually want to have some lightning damage to spells or something like that, Physis Extra, anything like that, but I hit the socket skills have 20% more spell damage. Usually my Herald of Ash would be in the staff for the 2 level of socket support gems and stuff like that, but since I hit this modifier with an Exalted Orb, I decided to put in my Blade Vortex over here. So we run Blade Vortex, Power Charge and Crit, Awaken Cold Destruction, Unleash, added fire damage, and Inspiration. So, we have here, no, that's fine. Basically, then multi-modded for socketed AoE gems, spell damage, non-chaos is extra chaos damage, something like that. Doesn't really matter too much. The most important thing is the max power charge and the increased damage per power charge, because we are stacking power charge, and if we get like 10 power charges or something, it's like 170% increased global damage, right? Good. Then for the chest, here I mixed the Explode chest with the additional curse, as I explained on the helm before. These are 2 prefixes, and then I tried to slam any good resistance, but then I hit the effect of offerings. This is for reselling, okay? The only thing I need is actually the Explo mod here, but since I had the currency laying around, I was just like, let's do some Awakener Orb crafting, let's see what we can hit, and basically, I actually slammed the effect of offerings. This is completely useless for my build, but once I'm done with this build, I'm pretty sure I can sell this for quite some nice amount of currency over here. Good, then we have here Herald of Ash, burning damage, efficiency, yeah, efficacy, I'm learning. Ally Focus, increased area of effect, and Swift Affliction to boost our overkill damage. So Herald of Ash, once something dies, you have this nice, beautiful, if you have an MTX, a beautiful MTX on the Herald of Ash, and this is doing overkill damage, and we can enhance this overkill damage, or at least not the overkill damage, but the damage, the overkill damage, will result in a burning damage effect. And this is what we can scale with like burning damage support and so on. So we cannot really scale the base damage, but we can scale the outcome of the damage we're doing. Then let's go for the gloves, Shackles of the Wretched. You don't need Enfeeble on hit. I just had the additional curse over here, and I also have actually 1 extra curse, so this is not even used at the moment. So here we have Temp Chains, Curse on hit, and Herald of Thunder, and also Flame Dash just to get over obstacles and stuff like that. Then Headhunter, obviously, as explained before. Chaos Roots for like mitigating or at least like annulling the temp chains effect, basically, if you can get the regen enchant or anything. Like basically I was just searching for the increased movement speed just to be faster, and I found this pair with the regen enchant, which is quite fine, I guess, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Then we have for the amulet a Solstice Vigil. This one has additional curse. As I said, I do have the additional curse on my chest. That means I have 1 extra curse slot over here, right? That means I'm running at the moment, I'm running Temp Chains, I'm running Enfeeble, and I'm running Flammability. But I do have 1 curse natural, 1 curse from my Ascendancy, 1 curse of the Solstice Vigil, 1 curse of the chest. So as I said, I'm not using the full curse potential at the moment, right? This one will give you the Shaper's Presence, basically, to empower the effect, basically, of how long the buffs last. Then I'm running 2 Circle of Anguish, both with reduced mana reservation and the buff effect. This one with Flammability on hit, this one with Ally Weakness on it. Wait a second, I have Ally Weakness, I adapted this one at some part. Good, I'm using 4 curses, hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's about the build. Good, Path of Building link is in the description below. I'm running a Cinder Swallow Urn for the Onslaught effect. Then it's Series Promise because we benefit from the Physis extra chaos and the Alias extra chaos. Then a Dying Sun just for the increased area of effect, a Diamond Flask of Bleeding, and the Quicksilver Flask to move faster. So based on the skill tree, it's a typical Witch start, Shadow start for triple Inspired Learning. On the right side here, please make sure if you mouse over the border here, if it says when you kill an enemy, then the Jewel slot is active, okay? If this doesn't work, I can show you that over here, just to make sure, because some people don't understand what does that mean, right? So if I would just unskill this Frenzy Charge here and then mouse over, you see cannot be cursed with Silence just because this one has this as an implicit. If I now skill it and mouse over this part, I see the full text, so now I know this jewel is active. What you need to do is get 4 of these mediocre keystones, whatever here, notables? Wait, keystone, notable, note. Note, I think is the small one. Notable, dude. 7,100 hours into the game. I have literally no idea what this game does, actually. Anyway, so you need to have 4 of these bigger notes here, notables, to make this active. Then we go over the top side here, the same thing. Sadly, this crit thing doesn't count, so we have to take 1, 2, 3, and the AoE for the 4th one. Going left, bottom side here with some mana reservation. And then we have here Faith in Steel, Power Charge, Devotion, and the Endurance Charge to have our 4 pieces unlocked over here. Then pretty nice is the Enigmatic Rage, which also gives us area of effect per power charge. And then for the Cluster Jewel, I use a Voices with 5 passives over here to get 3 times the Cluster Jewels over here. Here I have Culling Strike against cursed enemies, then increased effect of curses. Then we have Towering Threat. I think Vast Power for the area of effect for power charges. Unholy Might is pretty nice on Critical Strike. What does Unholy Might do? Is giving you 30% Physis Extra Chaos, and since Blade Vortex is a physical spell, we're gonna get a shit ton of damage out of that. If you don't have that, you can also take the Sin's Rebirth Flask instead of the Dying Sun, for example. And on the other side, we have Dark Discourse for increased effect of curses, and Evil Eye for the enemy takes increased damage. This is not really mandatory. You can stack up as many as effect of curses as you can to maybe hit the cap at some point, but I personally don't think it's necessary at all. And then for the cobalt, for the jewels here, I have just life, dexterity, multiplier. What is this one? Resistance. Yeah, this build is kind of resistance starved. Obviously, Shackles of the Wretch doesn't have resistance. Headhunter doesn't have. The Chaos Roots doesn't have. The Solstice Vigil does not have resistance. The rings only have fire resistance. So that's pretty much it, you know. So you're gonna be starved. That's why I'm running the Purity of Elements. That's why I took also the mana reservation notes over here. Good. As I said, Path of Building link is in the description below if you're interested in that one. Good. For the bandits, I killed all this time, although it is, I think I killed all, I'm not even sure, let me check, passives. 0 from the bandits, okay, then I helped Alira on this one. You can, like, in this league with the Voices jewels, with the Cluster jewels, you want to have as many skill points as possible. So I wouldn't wonder if crit builds even take the 2 skill points just because of the passive skills with the notes over here, right? But you can take Alira for the all resistance and some of the multiplier, or you just take the 2 passive notes. For the bandits, I'm having Lunaris and Chakari for the poison immunity. Then for the MTX, the full Sin of Innocence set over here with the wings, helm, body armor, gloves, boots, wasteland footprints, a Seraph character effect. Then we have the Dark Prison weapon that transforms your staff into this weird thing, because the other one looks kind of garbage, I think. We could take the pickaxe. No, wait, the pick. Hey, a big lollipop. That actually looks good. Okay, we have the big lollipop, the white weapon with the Fate Weaver weapon effect coming from the supporter pack. Then Sin of Innocence weapons. Then we have the Blight Portal effect. Anything else? Herald Celestial effect. Saw Blade Vortex. Betrayal Aura effect. Lich Aura effect. Demonic Herald effect. Over here, this is for Thunder. This is for the Ash. And then Dragon Flame Dash effect. Good. So, is there anything more to talk about this build? We talked about the mechanic of the build, how does it work, the gear parts, the gems, the crafting parts that I've did, the flask choices, the skill tree, the inspired learnings, the cluster jewels. As I said, is everything in the path of building in the description below. We talked about the MTXs, the bandit choice, the pantheons. We had a glorious map showcase, and we are now basically level 99. That means 1 level to go to finish off my 40 of 40 challenges, and we still do have, I think somebody told me on level 99 you get about 3% per run. That means I need about 30 something runs to hit level 100, so this should be in reach. Alright guys, I'm going to, just get the next Legion Stones in here, getting all the loot together, sorting everything out, pricing everything, and then we probably hit level 100 at some point, and then we have the final result, is a Legion worth it or not. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.